Well, with summer here, kids usually like to enjoy the sun, the sand, and be out for fun. But some students have chosen to, lights, camera, action in a summer film course at Bonnyville Centralized High School. Fraser Snowden has more.
Action!
The class gives students a unique experience of writing, filming, and directing their own 15-minute movie from start to finish. Some are taking it for the extra credit.
Keep me safe? What are you talking about?
But grade 10 student Savannah Martin thinks this may be her calling.
I really enjoy learning everything about filmmaking and getting to act a little bit, since I enjoy acting. And I've learned that I actually really like filming, and I think that's something I'm going to want to do.
The film, which is about angels and demons in high school, will allow the students to tune their skills in media arts more than they could in the regular school program.
We focused a lot on different shot types, moving the camera, shot composition. We're focusing a bit on lighting and a lot to do with color and making a shot look interesting or visually appealing to the eye.
Shooting the film gives potential filmmakers like Austin Bentley, who loves movies, the perfect opportunity to get their feet wet.
I like filming, trying to figure out what looks the best, and one of the things I've always kind of enjoyed is trying to tell a story. So learning how to do that with film, I think, is really cool.
And Cowden believes his kids could definitely go places with what they learn.
Just been passionate about it from day one, and we've gone through about 4 revisions of the script, and where they're at right now, considering most of them have just finished grade 9 and are going into grade 10, I think is a great sign for them as filmmakers.
I'm getting scared!
In Bonnyville, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.
Well, it's time once again for Retrospect this week from the archives. This time, Brian Hardy takes us back to the ribbon cutting for the Fort George Buckingham House Interpretive Center. But first, we take a look at a report on Cold Lake's new mass transit system.
It's July 1998 and Cold Lake gets on the bus.
How are you today?
Fine.
Good.
Cold Lake has a new way for residents to get around.
We came up with the idea after we moved here and realized how spread out this area was, and that there was no economic means of transportation for people to get around to the mall or down to the hospital for appointments.
The bus service, run by the husband and wife team of Bonnie Gale and Randy Calhoun, will provide transportation about 15 times a day between Cold Lake North, Cold Lake South, and the base. Currently, the fares for the bus service are $2.50 for adults, $2.25 for students, and $2 for seniors.
Owners of the Cold Lake bus service are hoping to expand if they do well. They'll be adding additional drivers in the fall and even a second bus for the springtime. In Cold Lake, Sage Pullen, NewsHour.
This week in 1999, we open a portal to our past.
Lloydminster residents can now turn the page back on time. After years of toiling, the Lloydminster and District Centennial Commemorative Association has finally achieved the creation of a city archives.
Lloydminster has a unique history, a very interesting history, and it really needs and should have an archives.
So you're looking at first-hand documents that were written and created by the people that you want to know about, and you get to see it piece by piece, detail by detail.
Contributions are carefully examined before being added to the collection and go through a meticulous process in order that they be properly conserved and stored.
Just going through it piece by piece, which is really the most time-consuming part, making notations as to what it is, the type of media, the information, the years, etc., etc.
Shannon, Fagan, NewsHour.
Join us next time when we're led to believe on Retrospect this week from the archives.
Well, Canadian rockers Platinum Blonde closed out the Colonial Days grandstand on the weekend. The group, best known for their hits from the 80s, performed some of their classics along with material from their latest works. Stacey Comer caught up with the lead singer Mark Holmes to talk about the band's career, which has spanned more than 30 years.
Platinum Blonde was formed in the early 80s and became an international success with songs like Crying Over You, It Doesn't Really Matter, and Not in Love. Music videos were a huge part of that decade, and lead singer Mark Holmes says while they had help later on, they were on their own at first.
First album, I did everything. I cut everybody's hair, because I used to be a hairdresser, so I cut everybody's hair. Everybody's wearing my clothes.
The group played to a packed house at Colonial Days, and Holmes says their songs mean something different to each fan.
I suppose I came from the John Lennon school of writing music. I always like to paint a picture and let everyone else try to figure out what the song's about, and if you know what I mean, because that way it seems to be more special to more people.
The band is playing some smaller venues on this tour, and after over 3 decades of making music, they still feel lucky to do what they do.
I feel privileged to be able to make a living out of what I love in making music. I mean, you know, I don't have to work some other job to do this. I can make music, and the fans have afforded me that luxury. And I'll always do things for them.
Holmes says they will continue to write and produce new music and tour and have no plans to slow down.
We really are. I mean, we make music. I mean, the chance of people liking it, we don't know. And that people like it and show up and sing along, it just blows our minds.
Stacey Comer, Newcap News.